predictions. So let's see. I'll take Loud. I'll say Loud, and it's going to be a 3-1.
Ooh, okay. Honestly, realistically, I'm in the same boat as you. I think Loud's taking it. I have no idea on series score anymore at this point, but I do have Loud winning this and going to face off against Team Secret later on. But we are gonna have to wait to see if that is the truth, or if Not Erased is going to prove you, me, and everybody wrong.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they proved a lot of people wrong yesterday, and already PJ, the player you said you've got your eyes on, is going to be saying, "Casters, be quiet, I'm stealing the show."
I don't know why I immediately started talking against them as if they weren't going to do exactly what they did yesterday, which was work extremely well together on their passing plays to get around defense. They did it right off the rip of this game one, and of course, yeah, like you said, PJ, that was my player to watch out for, being the one to follow through. Also, again, those demos are something to really keep your eye on. He's that player that gets sent forward a lot of the time for this Not Erased squad, which is something that could actually be key to slowing Loud down just enough to be able to keep themselves in this series.
Yeah, the slow play coming out from Not Erased, though. A nice setup coming out of them this time. Offensive pressure is going to be putting Loud right on their heels. PJ sending this one off of the corner, trying to get the center. Still a lot of pressure going to be coming out. Another demo going to be coming out, this time on to Klaus, excuse me. David Trox now going to be on the side, going to be looking to try and catch this one. But it is going to be cleared yet again. This time it's going to be Sadness heading on down. Not able to get a play off the backboard, so it's going right back into the hands of Not Erased.
Not too bad, and it's a great pass over to KNS from Davitrox. I love how close Not Erased has been able to keep this one to the wall. It makes it so difficult to save and read. Unfortunately for Drops, that one just gets placed perfectly right behind him. And 3 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. Not Erased up 2-0. No responses from Loud. This is the closest they've gotten. And even off that, KNS keeps them at bay and keeps them away.
You know, I know you said realistically, you got Loud winning as well. But right now, I mean, reality is seeming like a far, far world, because Not Erased, they are putting on a show. They've been in control of this game, it seems like, from the get-go, not letting up. Finally, Loud able to try and get some momentum here, but just like that, it is thwarted away. David Trox trying to get the center as well, almost able to hit that double. Would have been a nasty one at that angle, but not able to. Either way, Not Erased right now are not messing around at all.
They definitely aren't. I mean, if you guys are new here, which I'm sure most of you aren't, and you know who these teams are, but if you are, Loud is a heavy favorite in this one. But as far as yesterday's results were concerned, Not Erased really only lost 2 top teams. They lost to, guess who won today? Ninjas in Pajamas yesterday. And what did they take them to? Game 5. And then they got sent down to the lower bracket final where they beat Nova Savvy in a Game 5 to be able to qualify here today. So I don't think they're a bad team by any means. A lot of the times those Preds come off of on paper, but honestly, I love being proved wrong by these underdog teams. At the moment, they are forcing Loud to play their game, which clearly has made them a little bit uncomfortable at the moment, and they're trying to regain that control. But 2 minutes left on the clock and no response. That is not a good sign for Loud.
Yeah, we know that Loud can hit in waves when it comes to scoring goals. They can get hot very, very quickly, but right now, Not Erased haven't even given Loud the opportunity to start to get any momentum going in these games. And if you're a Not Erased fan, you are very happy with their performance so far in game number 1. It's not a super blowout, but it's enough to feel really, really good about your performance.
Exactly. It is a really good opening statement here from Not Erased as far as this quarterfinal is concerned. They've been forcing Loud, again, to play a very, very defensive game, which is not what they want. They want to be able to go and, do all their fancy tricks on the offensive front. But for now, They're just going to keep adding to the tally. The low blow pass from KNS all the way back over to Davitrox, back to KNS. Just in front of the line of defense to go up 3-0.
A little give and go action coming out from Not Erased, and able to get that third one on the board. Now, I know we talked about 2 being a cushion, If 2's a cushion, I mean, 3's a whole bet at this point. 1 minute left. Feeling really good, not erased. If they can pick up this game number 1, I mean, that confidence that Loud probably had pregame is going to be erased, but just like that, Loud answer back, and now with 1 minute left on the clock, still plenty of time left to potentially tie this one up.
Yeah, this was a little bit of a weird one. It was low boost all the way around defensively for not erased, and finally Loud, they took note. They said, everybody just charge if you can, and they finally find their way through the dangerous back pass from PJ over to KNS. And Sadness is going to get a little bit of a touch on. I feel like I haven't even been able to talk about Sadness at all, but he is an incredible player. PJ saves his own shot on the goal line and then puts this back in favor of Loud.
Why did he move? If he just let that roll in, it would have been fine.
He might have just had, honestly, too much momentum on his car at that point to be able to stop. But like you said, 2's a cushion, 3's a bed. They had enough to give themselves a little bit of room headed into these last 20 seconds or so. And here comes Drops trying to slow this one, floated into the net, but KNS said no. Sadness, again, you're just trying to send it forward, but these big clears from Naughty Race are saying absolutely no. We want to have that game 1 win and really just step up. But there is a world where Loud ties things up with 6 seconds left.
If they tie this up, PJ is going to be kicking himself for a long time about stopping his own goal. Oh, man. That's an own save right there. I don't know. Maybe that's a new stat we got to start tracking, an own save. But, oh, man. 6 seconds left on the clock. Can Loud do it? Maybe off the kickoff? Erased, trying to find the silencer. But Loud still going to have an opportunity trying to keep this one up with 0 seconds.
This isn't the end. Sadness. He spots Klaus. Klaus over to the backboard here. Here comes Drops. Back to Sadness. Again, this backboard is absolutely on lock. And not erase. Kill the ball. Take game number 1. Low key.
A little bit. I'm sure they're already jarred losing this first game. So who knows? I mean, not erased really might be able to shock the world. If they can take this second one, that would be massive having a 2-0 advantage.
I could not agree more. I think if Not Erased are able to take this game number 2 and throw themselves on a match point, the odds of Loud coming back in a reverse sweep decrease significantly. It doesn't quite become impossible, but it is a hit to the ego a little bit. But some people take that and thrive. It's almost a bit of a motivator for them. So maybe Loud can turn this into something positive for themselves, but for now it is the same as times past. Not erased, just clearing out from the midline, countering into some sort of a shot over and over again. Opportunity
after opportunity. All it takes is one to break this ice so far. Loud right now having the possession, looking to make a play happen, but not going to be there as that one gets broken up. The demo coming out for Loud, trying to start some plays on the offensive end. Another demo coming out, this time both going the way of Not Erased. Should be setting up a nice opportunity for them. Davitrox flips it over one, but it is able to get caught off the backboard by Loud. Another opportunity coming in for Not Erased, but the touch is a little awkward. PJ gonna be looking for the center, maybe trying to drop it down in front of the net for a teammate. But the defense still gonna be holding for Loud. There's another chance gonna be coming in, this time for KNS as he's trying to drop it off in front of the net. But nobody's going to be there except for the defense. It's Not Erased. They're putting on so much pressure right now. They really are. Finally able to break out of that half is Loud as they get one opportunity, it feels like, to take a shot. It's a center over to Drops to the backboard, but another great read. Not Erased. They really have done everything in their power to try and predict what Loud is going to do, but you can't predict Sadness, unfortunately. That touch from Davitrox just kind of turned him into an op a little bit for Not Erased. He played a big part in Loud being able to set themselves up on this initial shot. And Loud, first ones on the board, first ones to take a lead finally in the series here. And with 3 minutes left on the clock, they're looking to extend it to 2. they would be able to get that, that is going to be a big sigh of relief for them, because I'm sure coming into this game, they were a little bit shaken, a little bit rattled at the way that Not Erased were able to come out the gates in game number 1, hoping that that doesn't repeat itself. And just like that, Loud able to get that second goal, feeling good. They've got a cushion, but there's still plenty of time remaining, just a little bit under 3 minutes left.
Yeah, this one a little bit unfortunate. You saw Davitrox try and go up for that challenge, but right now Loud is kind of playing two-man right now. They have almost bodyguards on themselves a little bit. They demo out whoever is going for that first initial challenge, and then the follow-up just too quick to save at this point. 2:43 on the clock. It's an attempt to set up PJ, but he just wasn't quite ready for it. KNS to redirect over to Davitrox, and still Drops manages to get the save off of it. And in, as you enter that second half of the game there, now Not Erased on the flip side of things, down 0-2, not where they want to be, especially against a team like Loud.
Yeah, things aren't exactly looking all that great for them whatsoever right now, but if they can just get one opportunity, that might be all they need to turn this game around and start to get that momentum back in their favor. The bump did come out. The shot from PJ as well as there was on target, but the defense one more time is going to make sure that that is denied.
I like this from Loud, though. I like that there hasn't been any sort of an ease up as time has gone on, which is kind of where Not Erased started to falter a little bit in those last few moments of game number 1, and it allowed Loud to kind of start to come back, but same opportunity has not quite been granted to Not Erased. This one out into the corner there, PJ just gonna pop it up right back into the hands of Klaus. No follow-up in sight. Instead, it's a big clear pass over to PJ. No follow-up after means Loud get to hold on to their 2-0 lead.
Just barely. Oh my goodness. The chances that Not Erased are giving themselves have been absolutely exquisite, but the defense has just been even better. You can have great offense, but if the defense is just a notch better, that offense doesn't even matter right now. And man, oh man, this defense from Loud this game has been no joke. And as I say that, everyone starts laughing because PJ just put that one right in the back of the net. A great slot from him.
I used to think that I was really bad at caster cursing, like that everything I would say, the opposite would come true. You are probably the one person who is worse than me to be able to compliment the Loud defense so extensively and it just completely crumble in real time is insane. 52 left on the clock. The lead has been cut in half. It's now just a 1-goal lead for Loud. They gotta catch up and re-extend if they want a chance, because Not Erased just put their foot back into the game.
Yes, they did, and I'm sure they're going to be feeling like they can definitely get this equalizer right here and now. The demo did come out, but Klaus able to recover in time. Is this one heading back the other way? Not Erased just trying to get possession of this one somehow, some way, but Loud are trying to make sure that this is as chaotic as possible. As it goes down to the midfield one more time, Sadness is trying to get a touch onto it just to keep it out of the Loud hands. It sets it up for the center, but it's going to be denied one more time. The cleanup crew is there. This time it's Sadness swinging in, making sure that they get that little bit of cushion and most likely guaranteeing us a tie series.
Sadness was even on such low boost, like I'd argue probably around like that 10 or 12 range. You saw him just getting floated over to the sidewall, and he used what was left in his tank to put himself on the ground in a position to take that final follow-up shot. This one, though, from Davitrox puts Not Erased in miracle contention as they find themselves on the board, down in a 1-goal deficit, but you gotta find something off the kickoff. So hopefully they can pull out something special.
5 seconds in a dream. Not Erased looking to not be erased in this game number 2. But like you stated, it's going to take some magic if they're going to need it to happen, and it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Oh my goodness, as Loud ends up getting another one. What a beautiful play coming in from them.
Absolute laser of a shot from Drops, and unfortunately for PJ, it just doinks off the top of it. Having that early game momentum to be able to take down Loud. So the moment that Loud is able to kind of get back into the swing of things and, you know, just take it away from them, it is fairly difficult for them to catch up, because then Not Erased is playing Loud's game, right? and that makes them a little bit uncomfortable. And also, one thing I do want to note, they although did take NIP to Game 5 yesterday, the reason they didn't get to go through uppers was because they just couldn't clutch out. So they're looking to see if they can do that today, as Davitrox is first to put them on the board.
Yeah, Davitrox is looking to pick up right where he left off, pretty much at the end of that last game when he was able to get that other goal to bring it one step closer from being a tie game. And I mean, hey, listen, somebody's got to get MVP. Davitrox said, hey, listen, why not me? I'm going to start turning up in this game, in this series right now.
30 seconds roughly into this game number 3 here. A pivotal game 3 at that. You've got a tied series on your hands, so a swing game puts you on match point. So you want to get anything you can very, very early on. Davitrox tries to head on up to it. Sadness, though, he has really been getting involved so much more as the series has gone on, and that is a scary thing if you are not erased. Klaus tries to take a shot on target, sent off right into the hands of Davitrox, pinch off the ceiling to the backboard. Great read from Drops.
Another great read. Is he going to be able to turn it into a nice play? Try to find his teammate down low with the pass, but nobody's going to be home just quite. And with the rotations coming out, Loud wasn't exactly ready for that cross there in the middle, and that's going to lead to a not erased offensive pressure. Another shot opportunity, but this one saved away by Klaus. EJ trying to find that center off the side. Is going to find his teammate, but not enough power behind it to make something set up for their third. As Sadness trying to get this one cleared away. PJ doing everything he can just to keep a touch on it, to keep it in this Loud half, and keep on giving not erased opportunities to find their second goal.
And this one again around the corner in an attempt to make a center to KNS. This one read and cleared back out to the mid. And Loud doing a much better job of just anticipating every single infield that Not Erased has put up there. It was a little bit of a counter. Falls out of their hands for the time being. Drops. Nobody to really bail him out off this one. He's just going to have to get called off. This shot goes wide. The second one even wider as PJ tries to get Not Erased out of their own half.
Loud with a great chance, though. They had a couple of great chances, like you stated. A couple of shots just going wide left. Could have found the equalizer there, but halfway through this game number 3, Not Erased still having control. They're controlling this defensive end. They're playing with pace on offense, taking the opportunities when given. Solid play overall by them, I will say that, for sure.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad for Loud right now, but unfortunately for them, they are still trailing by 1. That's all it takes to win a game is 1 goal, and Not Erased have held onto theirs for dear life for the last 3 minutes here. KNS just desperately trying to get his team out of their half. The double demo coming through. It was an open net if somebody wanted to take the shot, but no one was there in time. And unfortunately for Loud, one of their greater opportunities to tie things up has gone away.
You can't let those opportunities go without capitalizing on them. You're going to wish that you had those moments back. There's Not Erased still going to be in the driver's seat of this one, looking to make it happen on the front lines, playing a little bit of bully ball, but getting bullied away by Loud on the defensive end.
Minute 30, 90 seconds. That's all that's left between Not Erased and match point right now. PJ from the ceiling tries to get down to Davitrox. His touch just too high. Unfortunately, it hits crossbar and goes out. And that was the double lead that they wanted so badly. It goes away, and Loud immediately on the counterattack around the corner here. Davitrox wins his first 50, loses the second. This turns into a dead ball here. And right now, Not Erased just taking one challenge after the other as slowly as they can to force Loud to just eventually run out of boost. You're gonna have to go back and retreat. And that's exactly what's starting to happen.
Yeah, as things are starting to reset just a tad bit. Oh, the bump. Oh my goodness. Bump him up on out of there and leave it open for Drops. What a great goal as Loud find the equalizer.
If you can't do anything with boost, there is one other option. That is drive with all you've got left. Hit that last defender out of the way and slow roll it into the net. Not every shot has to be a super crazy mechanical one. You can just slow roll it through. Tied game, 32 seconds left on the clock here. Louder back in it. Davitrox uses everything in his tank to try and make a center, but unfortunately for him, Loud get a hold of this ball here. It's in the mid. Sadness just trying to slow things down and work together to head towards that not erase net, but it pinches forward, heads up field, 19 on the clock, and this game has officially kicked it up a notch.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is time where one of these squads, one of these players needs to step up and say, I am him. As that's exactly what happens at 0 seconds, is Drops rolls it in, it rolls up the post, and scurries on by. My goodness, with the demo coming out at the line.
I mean, huge props to Klaus for going up for that initial demo, and again, just opening up a wide open net.
The weakness, and so now we got to see if it's going to get put away or if we're going to the distance.
Well, there's only one way to find our answer, and that is to head on over into game number 4.
Loud right now having the advantage in the series, have the momentum on their side, but like I stated, we've seen it before. One team can have the momentum, and then immediately it gets taken away by the other team in game number 4, and there we go, not erased, getting on the board first.
KNS, I see you, man. The pinch off the sidewall, the double off the post. He said, you know what? I know we lost that last one, but we are absolutely in this to win it. Not erased first on the board, which historically is a good sign for them. Anytime they have gotten that initial lead, they have been able to walk away with a win at the end, although it is going to be a little bit more difficult if those Loud demos still continue to come out.
They gotta watch out for those. Drops able to get back to make sure that one doesn't go awry all the way into the net. Gets dropped off. It's not a race, trying to create an opportunity yet again on the front end. KNS leaving it off for PJ. Can PJ intercept? He does get a touch onto it, but it's not going to be enough as this one does get sent back the other way, and Sadness does it all by himself. Oh my goodness, wins out the 50, goes all the way against the backboard, and he's able to clean it up.
I mean, that pinch off of the not erased. I don't know who that third player was, but he got a pinch. I think it might have actually been PJ. That pinch really just set him up to have all the space in the world. It turned into a race there that Sadness just absolutely was going to win. And tied game at just 50 seconds in. Just, it is total, you know, eyes on sight for what we are about to see. This one feels like a shootout.
For sure. It's got that Game 5 energy, but it's only a Game 4 right now. Both of these squads want this bad. Loud trying to put away Not Erase as best they can because they understand that this Not Erase squad, they're like a pet peeve. You know, they're always there. They're a little bit annoying. They're trying to get rid of them, but Not Erase not going home without a fight for sure.
Absolutely not. They are going to fight tooth and nail to the last second if they have to. Tied game, though, still no response from Not Erased. They're working on it. Low boost. Davitrox tries to spot KNS, but unfortunately for him, these interceptions have been a little bit too frequent from Loud right now. Infield, over from one to the other, but that is a crazy save from Klaus to just slow things down on the goal line, and the bailout to clear it out for Loud. Their defensive presence is just a masterclass right now.
An immaculate save on the back end, keeping this one an all tied up game right now. Not Erased going to be looking to repeat that opportunity right here as PJ is going to be leaving this one off, but Sadness is right there to get the big booming clear, and that might be enough to set up the pass for Klaus. Oh my goodness. Now that right there is teamwork making the dream work.
It really is. I'm telling you, this squad, they have the experience. They are a solidified top 4 team in SAM. So it is not unheard of to watch them start whipping out the most clinical pass and plays that you have seen throughout this tournament. And that's exactly what they did to give themselves that lead back.
Yeah, I mean, Loud right now doing an impeccable job all around the pitch. On offense, on defense, coming up with clutch saves when they need to. The booming clears have been great as well, setting up some nice opportunities. The question is, are you going to be able to keep on building on that? Are you going to be able to get more? Is the line going to be held, or Are you going to be able to keep this one going? And yes, they are. My goodness, Loud not letting up whatsoever as Klaus is able to get that one as drops leave it off the backboard for him perfectly.
I love this play. I mean, this is exactly what I expected. As soon as Loud put themselves on match point, I expected them to really just raise the bar for themselves. And that's exactly what they've done. Throughout the games past, we've seen a lot of solo plays from Sadness in particular, but now everybody's really getting involved on a lot of these plays, and it is almost a bit too much for Not Erased to keep up with right now.
This might be my first correct prediction in 6 or 7 predictions. It feels like it's been so long. I think the only series I predicted correct was Furia 3-0 over Gamer Legion day 1. After that, I have not gotten anything correct. So if I can pull this one out, that'd be great. And just as I say that, Not Erased say, hold on, you think you're going to get a correct prediction? No. We're going to make sure that this is a little bit sweaty as they're able to get the 5th goal of the game, the 2nd one for them. And oh man, it's all really close right now.
It really is. It's coming down to tooth and nail. Fortunately for Not Erased, they caught out the last defender drops on basically no boost, and all you had to do was place that ball high, and it was going in, and they recognized it, absolutely did that play. Davichok's looking for a bump or a demo if possible. Nothing to be found. 2-on-1. That is the name of the game for Loud right now, just forcing Not Erased back into their own half time and time again. Minute 18 on the clock. It's a big clear for Not Erased. PJ wants to follow it, but it's really hard to turn those follows into actual plays when a lot of the initial shots that they're taking are on such low boost. They're really, really weak right now, and Loud is taking note of that. And it's the same as yesterday. They play a very patient game, a quality over quantity as far as their shots are concerned, and it's definitely working out in their favor.
Another challenge coming out. Leads to the demo on Davitrox. Loud making sure that this one does not get any momentum from the side of Not Erased as this one heads back the other way, and Loud able to answer back on the counterattack. Drops, puts it in.
What in the world? Drops? He had no boost at the end of this one, but he doubled it off the ground to go past last defender, and then pinches it on 0 boost to go through. Loud up by 2. 37 seconds left on the clock here. They really just have to play time at this point and really solid defense, and that's exactly what they're doing. Klaus bailing them out of getting 1 goal taken away from them. And 24 on the clock. 2 shots being taken, but nothing finds its way through.
More solid defense coming in as Drops is able to deny that shot. Now heading back the other way. It's not really necessary with 10 seconds left. But Loud are looking to keep this offensive pressure rolling, because guess what? If they got the offensive pressure, that means that Loud are going to walk away with this one, because Not Erased aren't going to have a chance. They will get erased from the tournament, as it is going to be Loud taking this series in 3-1 fashion. Finally got a prediction correct, Herb.
Congratulations to you. Also, congratulations to Loud for taking Not Erased down 3-1 in the series. They will be facing off against teams.